What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Jess Bree. Um, I am here to attempt to try to start my channel. I am going to review a video by the one and only Soncerae. It's the one titled "Why Coffee Dates Are the Worst First Date Option and Broke Men Don't Want to Know That." So, um, yeah, I I'm gonna play this and stop it periodically and just give a little commentary because I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I just feel kind of like, first of all, I don't really like the way my voice sounds. So that's the big reason why I don't do videos. And secondly, I was just thinking, like, I don't like, I feel weird just talking. I don't know why that came over me. But then it's like, well, everybody else is out here, doing whatever. So I'm going to play this video and we can discuss. All right. Oh, brother. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I got commercials on here. But what I did want to say off the bat, off the top, was this title in and of itself. Coffee dates. Why coffee dates are the worst first date option. First of all, a coffee date is just what it is. It's a coffee date. It has nothing to do with how much money somebody has, um, or anything like that. I have gone out on dates and I found that when your first initial date, um, should be, in my opinion, somewhere where you can kind of get in and out. Because supposing you don't like the person, who wants to sit and eat a whole freaking meal with somebody that you just don't want to, conversate with or converse with, whatever the word is. Um, so that's really silly to me. And I feel like going out for coffee is a great first date. I don't drink coffee personally, but I have gone to, for example, and I'll get into my dating history. I'm pretty much single for life. I'm a serial dater. That has nothing to do with having sex, most of the time or whatever. But I do me because I'm a grown woman. But I just don't have luck when it comes to relationships. Uh, but um, I went to Panera's with a guy on a first date, and it was simple. It was nice out, so we sat outside. We, had a little sandwich or whatever, a little something to drink. And I mean, we had small talk, and then I was just like, okay, because it gives you a chance to kind of like fill them out and see if you even want to go on a second date. So anyway, this chick Soncerae is talking like she's got all this, um, you know, uh, all this um, knowledge about a high value man and this and this and that, whatever, child. But so yeah, I recommend coffee or something simple. Something that you can, like I said, if his breath stink, if he, talk too much, whatever, you just want to be able to get in and get the hell out of there. Anyway, let's see what else you got to say.
Single mothers. Fellas, I give you advice too, but on OnlyFans. Move this over. So move it just a little bit. Okay, and tilt it and right. There, I think that's it. I mean, don't get mad at me because I know I got a beautiful rat. Wow. Enough women out here with her mentality and wonder why they're single, talking about standards. SMH. Oh, you know I had something to say about this. So you already know guys in here and they got all this stuff to say, and I'm just like, oh Lord. And one guy comes in here, he's like, wealthy men are smart. They're not gonna be interested in gold diggers. First of all, wealthy men love gold diggers. Let's just get that out the way. Most of these wealthy wives were gold diggers. Sorry to inform you. He's like, a man with money is.
Okay, hold on. She said, what now? She said most of these women were gold diggers with that are with wealthy. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see what she said again, because this
Smart. He weeds out.
Hold on.
Move it just a little bit. Okay, and tilt it and tilt it. It's nothing but a hooker with used box. Why they're single, talking about standards. SMH. Oh, you know I had something to say about this. So you already know guys in here and they got all this stuff to say, and I'm just like, oh Lord. And one guy comes in here, he's like, wealthy men are smart. They're not gonna be interested in gold diggers. First of all, wealthy men love gold diggers. Let's just get that out the way. Most of these wealthy wives were gold diggers. Sorry to inform you. He's like, a man with money is smart. He weeds out gold diggers. A high maintenance woman is nothing but a hooker with used box. I was like, that really? A high maintenance woman? Did you just read what you said, homie? Oh, that has Dusty written all over it. You know why? Because you're so frustrated, you're so socially awkward, you've had difficult experiences with women, so of course you're gonna think a high maintenance woman is just a prostitute with a used box. Because you.
I just find it interesting that she has opinions about one post that somebody posted, and she's able to like diagnose and take him apart and tell him about his experiences. And this is like a faceless, nameless person. And the reason why the Viper Pit has gone, into depth about her is because she's put 2% of her business out there, right? So that's how we know so much about her. But she puts everything out there on the table. So yeah, we can read her up and down. Um because we do know her. We know her. Okay.
Bad because you couldn't catch one. That's all that is. Listen, ladies, when these dusties try to talk you out of having standards, it's so they can make you more attainable for them. It's a self-esteem thing, man. And so basically, I was like, listen, it's hypergamy. She wants a man with money. Men with money don't usually ask women to go out for coffee on a first date. Most high maintenance women would not allow a man to take her for coffee and classify it as a date. She has a standard. This woman is right. Usually a dusty who's broke asks for cheap dates first. But there are exceptions to the rule. But if every man was an exception, it wouldn't be a rule.
Okay, let me just say that first of all, um talking about wealthy people when you don't have wealth is pretty much ridiculous in the first place. I'm gonna stay in my lane, okay? I make what I make, and it ain't nobody business. But I ain't what's supposed to be considered high value, whatever. I don't make a lot of money. Um, so we don't know what rich people do when they go on dates. How about just stick to what you do when you go out on a date? Um, Soncerae, like sleeping in a car at the Walmart. Okay. That's your standard. How about that? And all this talk about Dusty's um and you know separating men from Dusties to alphas to betas, whatever, whatever. That's all childish and a bunch of bullshit. You either good, bad, evil, or kind. Um, you either
Oh, so that's what.
um but she likes the stereotype, and I just think it's corny.
Dave the Dusty came in, and his homeboy Douglas Dusty. He came in. Douglas Dusty came in and was like, a woman with money would know that man has money and just wants coffee and to genuinely get to know her. Problem is, too many broke women giving rich people opinions on what dates should be like. Dusty Dave and Douglas
I
Dusty
just said
are
that.
sitting here talking about the very thing that they are doing themselves as far as speaking for men who are wealthy. You have no money. How would you know what a wealthy man is doing with his? So income's a high value.
Okay, and I mean, I have nothing against a woman's body. I'm here to celebrate all the curves and the flaws and carrying on. But her and these boobs just sitting like this, I mean, it's just, she doing too much. But whatever. She wants to show her cleavage because that's what she leads with. Okay? She leads with her body, and she has done that from day one. When I was younger, teenager or whatever, or a younger woman, because I'm 40 now, um, yeah, I like to dress sexy or show off certain body parts and stuff. But baby, you know, it's all about class. And when you have class, you don't have to have your bazookas sitting all up under your chin while you making a damn video. But okay, whatever, Soncerae.
You woman herself, and she says, it ain't tricking if you got it. Women didn't come up with that saying, y'all did. Why? Because if he has it to spend, he'll spend it because he wants to, not because he has to. Some of y'all have to spend it to get the type of attention you want from the type of women you are attracted to. Because why else would you care about what a woman who you don't intend to date wants? The men who like a certain type of woman aren't complaining about paying for dates. Know your audience. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. I could be loud. I could be ratchet. You could chase me and you'll never catch it. So I had to tell Douglas Dusty, I make money myself. I live in California. I make six figures. Me personally, I would not want for my first date to be Starbucks. I prefer he put more into it where he'd like for us to go. It's not about me being.
Okay, first of all, stay in your lane. If 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 we were wealthy, then that would be something that you know you could consider as far as taking somebody out, um, taking a woman out if you're wealthy, and taking her on a helicopter ride on the first date. Okay, that's what wealthy people do. But you know, when you really don't have money, because she makes six figures in California, but guess what? California, the cost of living is high as hell. So yeah, you can make six figures, but guess what? You come to down south or another part of town, that six figures, let's say $100,000, really is 50,000. Um, but she lives in La La Land, so whatever, girl. But let's stick with staying in our lane. So when I go out with a guy on a date, I mean, that's just the society, or what am I trying to say? At this point, I mean, I've gone either way. Cough or something small to, Fridays. That's what's in our price range. I'm not trying to sit up here in front like I go to Ruth Chris, even though we don't have Ruth Chris. We got some expensive restaurants where I'm from, but I'm not. That doesn't interest me. It's nice and it would be nice, but when you trying to get to know somebody, and we all like kind of in the same boat financially, like, I don't expect to be taken to Ruth Chris, on a first date, because that's just not my reality. And I don't think it's hers either, but she's Delusional.
being a gold digger, it's about a boundary or a standard. I prefer a specific type of environment on first dates. I also like well polished men. I get fly on dates. I prefer he match my.
She like well polished men. Okay. Yeah. I don't see a man in a suit and tie with her. I just don't. I'm sorry. If that's too judgy, I can't. Um I don't see a CEO or some kind of Wall Street dude with her. No, don't see it.
Fly. I mean, seriously, do men understand how much energy it takes for a woman to get fly? Even if she ain't wearing no makeup, she gonna do her hair. She gonna pick out an outfit. She gonna make sure she look good. I'm sorry, all of the energy that I put into myself as a high maintenance woman or a high value woman, the last thing I'm gonna want to do is go to Starbucks with you.
First of all, don't we discuss the date before we go, you moron? You know where you're going before you go. You just don't get dressed and say, okay, well, where we going? Before you make the date, you say, this is what I feel comfortable doing. Or he'll say, I want to take you here, there, whatever. And you figure that out first before you go get all dialed up. If supposing the first date is just a jog, I've done that. Walk around the park. Because guess what? If I don't like you, that will be the first and last time. Okay? But she swear up and down she this high value, whatever, child. I don't know what she, whatever.
I'm sorry. Whether you got money or not. Trust me, I've dated down. And I've done the coffee date thing, and trust me.
She's dated down. Well, how far down can you go, Soncerae? I mean, goodness gracious, I hate to keep bringing up the priest situation, but that compared to in the other couple of stories you done told, you don't have any stories that you done said that you been so wined and dined and dated some high value men. You don't have stories like that out here. You got your shitty ass stories with your bummy ass dudes that didn't even like you, girl, but you supposedly got engaged 8 times. Okay, show me the ring, Sonny.
A high value man ain't interested in taking you to go get no coffee. Usually, when a man is genuinely interested in you, he's trying to impress you. He knows he can't impress you with coffee. Any man with half of a brain knows that he can't.
And let me say this. I what do you do at happy hour then? How many people who are successful or make six figures decide to meet up at a happy hour where you just go have a drink and maybe an appetizer? That's I mean, what is that? That's the same damn difference as a coffee date. But ain't nobody you don't expect how dare you expect a man to put in all this effort just because you spend a few dollars on an outfit and you get all dressed up and you got to put on your fake eyelashes and your pancake number 45 and all this and this and that because baby let me tell you I don't wear makeup like that. I wear a little lip gloss and a little eyeliner, okay? And my hair is in my I get my hair done and I'm good to go. I've never been a makeup person, don't need it. um So, it's all about preparation. You gonna figure out where you're going first before you go. I mean, what the hell?
Impress a high value woman with coffee. Most women who are high value, whether they're gold diggers or not, whether they have money or not, are not gonna want to go get coffee. Man, you dusties are on some Groupon type mess. For a first date though, maybe later on, maybe after y'all been on a couple of dates, but a first date, man, y'all need to work on y'all presentation. Don't do.
She's crazy because a first date now in reality it's the opposite. The first date is the little bullshit coffee date. And then as you build up and you get to know the person more, who the fuck wants to spend all their money or a bunch of money on some broad that they just met. I mean, if they high value and they got it like that, okay, fine. But boo boo, you in the same boat as most of us. And even if you is 100,000 air, you still don't make that kind of money living in California, honey.
Do something you can't handle. And ladies, do not allow something that you ain't gonna be able to be comfortable with later on. Women like going to nice places. Women like going to dinner dates. Women love fancy restaurants. Why would you want to be the ultimate dusty and try to strip her of that on a first date because you try to test her to see if she a gold digger or not? Trust me, there are other things that you can do to find out whether a woman is a gold digger or not, and I'll do another video about that. Did I just spit all on the camera like that? My bad. I need to swallow more often. A shameless plug. Make sure you follow me on OnlyFans. That's all I'm saying. So back to Dusty Dave. I was like, ooh, your energy is all dustful. Oh, you just coming on here aggressive and hateful. Okay, all right. Dude. Wow, you're misinformed.
She's talking about somebody being aggressive and hateful. You calling people dusty and comparing yourself to high value women when baby, I seriously doubt most of what you're saying, but whatever, girl.
Person who has done extremely well for himself. A man with choices can take you any place he likes. Oh, and what makes you think you're worth more than a cup of coffee? And a man like me, you never met a man like me. I'm like, I'm not interested in meeting a man like you. I was like, why is he sitting here trying to convince me of that? Like I showed any type of interest. And listen, if you are confident.
Girl, obviously you can't show no interest in somebody that you can't see, fool. So why would you even take that personally?
In that way, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying. It's obvious what type of man you are, and it isn't a high valued one. Because the last thing you would be doing would be putting down a woman, especially.
She puts down men, calling them dusties, always dogging her baby daddy, but then a man can't put down a woman? What are you talking about, Soncerae? It goes both ways. If you can dish it, bitch, you can take it.
High maintenance one, you gave yourself away, homie. Your facade does not work with me. I was like, you seem real aggressive. Like, relax. It's cool. It's okay for a woman to want better for herself. If you can't rise to the occasion, don't be mad. Like, damn, some women out here want to date your dust. Trust me. I said, I can only speak from my personal experience. That's why I'm saying it's not really about money. It's about what the first date represents. But you're so defensive, you insulting the woman instead of realizing that maybe this is about her putting high standards on herself to meet and requiring that a man meets those requirements as well. I can speak from my experience, specifically not hers. Personally, for me, I prefer a man to try harder.
You know what, Soncerae? How about you share with us where your first date with Priest was? How about that? Or how any of your first dates were? We like to hear them.
And that can't no plain average man, regardless to how much money he makes, impress me. He has to show me he can treat me as well as I will treat him, and he has to do that from day one. Yes, day one, date one. He has to show me how much he will invest in me, not just
Day one, he don't know you. All he know is your name. Your first name probably just at that. Because I wouldn't want nobody knowing my last name if I just met them. Okay? So why should he have to be proving all of this to me? And I mean, it's a give and take situation. Yeah, I can have standards, but how dare I go into a situation feeling like, oh, he got to show me. How he gonna? What he ain't got to show you shit.
how much he'll invest his in.
Matter of fact, he ain't got to show you shit but respect. Okay, and at the end of the day, long as he opening doors and pulling out a chair and he takes care of the tab, whether it be at the coffee shop or Ruth Chris, as long as he's a gentleman, that's the most important thing. Okay.
energy, but his emotions, his income. Is he investing?
Especially when it comes to a first date, because you don't have to prove nothing to me. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna observe as we have a conversation. We're gonna talk, and I'm going to observe what comes out of your mouth. Okay, and if I don't like it, then I get up and tell you to have a good night, and you won't get a call back. How about that?
In me in more than one way. This first date is important, and I'm gonna need for y'all to understand this. This is like an interview for a job. You want a position? I suggest you get your resume together and do what you need to do to get the woman that you want. Stop
This comes from somebody that's been engaged allegedly 8 times, but ain't got a ring to show except the ring that she bought for herself. You okay?
playing around over here. Stop wasting time. Dating is a process. A process that you need to start with someone who passed the first interview. If they can't pass the first interview, fellas, there's no reason for you to.
Again, Soncerae, if you have been engaged 8 times, put one video up out of the 8 where a man has gotten down on bended knee like Kevin Samuels asks these women. Okay, somebody has had to gotten down on one knee, and somebody has had to videotape it out of 8 times. What was you doing? Laying in bed, having sex when he said he wanted to marry you, or was you in the bathroom on the toilet? Girl, boo.
Continue to date her. And ladies, same goes for you, boo boo. If he out here talking about some coffee and you don't want to go on a coffee date, then don't do it. A lot of women will go on a coffee date because they want to appease a man and then find out they've been sitting here trying to appease a dusty the whole time.
No, Sansere, you want to appease the man. That's why you settled for sleeping at your baby daddy's grandmother house um when you should have been staying at your own damn house.
Now I'm sitting here and I'm trying to tell this man, what would you know? Number one, Dusties, you have no idea what a.
She's so dumb. Now what if okay, she don't like it when men, that had a YouTube window channels disrespect women and call them bitches and hoes or whatever. But yet and still you sitting up here every 5 minutes, dusty this and dusty that. Okay? Yeah, because that's because you so well familiar with dusties. I would never as a grown woman sit up here and say, oh, dusty this and dusty that. If I'm talking about a man and he ain't no good, then I'm just gonna say, oh shoot. I'm just gonna say, sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna say he ain't no good. Or, share my experience or something. Whatever, girl. She getting on my nerves. Sorry, y'all. I don't have ad free YouTube.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Whether you got money or not. Trust me, I've dated down. And I've done the coffee date thing. And trust me, a high value man. Of the women just not gonna be that chick he wants to impress. And women gotta be okay with that. I'm not saying every man should treat every woman like she's the one by him giving her the interview. It's the same. Ladies, if he ain't trying to give you an interview or it's not the type of interview that you want, then don't go on the interview. Oh, let's just go grab some coffee. That's not a date. So if a guy says to you, hey, you want to just grab some coffee? Sure, as friends, we can do that if you want to sit down and you just want to meet as friends. But call that a first date? No, that's not a first date. That's just two people meeting over coffee. So Douglas Dusty said something along the lines of, you can't assume a man is broke if he's asking you to go on a coffee date. I assume a man is broke by how he behaves, whether it's coffee or not. If a man walks up to me with a gun pointing it at me, I'm not about to stand there and be like, maybe he doesn't have any bullets. I'm just gonna run, right?
Okay, she swears she a comedian. That analogy makes no sense at all. Girl, bye.
That's what you do. You don't sit there and be like, he's asking me to go to coffee. Maybe he's not broke.
She literally saying if somebody asks you out for a coffee that they broke? Is that what she's saying? Well, I guess she should know. Shit.
No, I'm gonna be like, maybe he's just not not genuinely interested in me because he would want to impress me and do something more than take me on coffee. Or maybe this dude is broke and he can only afford coffee. I feel this way.
Again, why is a man going out his way to impress you on a first date, dumbo, bimbo? That doesn't even make sense. And you ain't gotta call it a first date when you're going out on coffee. That's semantics. Who gives a fuck? Call it going out for coffee. But at the end of the day, the first time I'm meeting somebody, I don't want to be tied up in a corner somewhere having to eat a whole meal with somebody that I'm really not feeling.
If he was taking me to Jamba Juice, it's the same. Oh, you want to go grab a smoothie? Want to go grab some tea? Okay, we can do that as friends, but I would not classify that as a date there. So then Dusty David comes and he says, you can assume a woman is a gold digger when all she leads with is how.
Oh, and by the way, shouldn't all relationships start out as friends? Isn't that what you're supposed to start out as? Bimbo. That's my new name for you, girl. Bimbo. Because um you seem to want to call people your man after the first date, but honey, or the second date. Okay? But I'm here to tell you, okay, we starting off as friends. I can't call you my man after the first date.
She could tell a man is broke. Wealthy men don't need to prove anything to some first date. A woman in her 30s and above, single or divorced, is not a top shelf option. I was like, again, you have no idea what a wealthy man does because you aren't one. You doing more assuming than any woman ever will. I'm a woman who is wealthy, who is dating a doctor who is wealthy. Coffee was not where he asked me to go on a first date. He would never.
Girl, if he was wealthy, child. Okay, so where'd he take you, Soncerae? Tell us. Since you tell every damn thing else.
Never. He would never. Let me tell you something about the doc. I like the doc. The doc is very classy. Let me just put it like that. I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. I said men who aren't wealthy have to stop assuming that wealthy men aren't trying to impress women. Yeah, they are. A lot of wealthy men aren't driving nice cars for themselves. They do it to attract women. They aren't dressed nice because they just want to. They're trying to attract women. Men don't suddenly stop being interested in women once they make money. They use the money as a tool to get more women. You beta pups are hard headed and baroque. And we can tell that you're hard headed and broke by your mentality. Listen, fellas, what you think isn't top shelf might in fact be top shelf too.
She seems to be the one coming off aggressive, if I'm not mistaken. You trying to roast this dude that you don't know. Hell, he could be a female for all that. You roasting this person and you don't know nothing about him, but yet and still you get upset if somebody make assumptions about you. Girl, bye.
Another man. So again, here we go with this argument. This goes back to the whole Kevin Samuels thing where this woman who's making six figures goes to him and she says, hey, I want a six-figure man. And you got all the dusty beta males cheering Kevin Samuels on.
Again, as far as Kevin Samuels, Bimbo, the girl called and tried to discuss a different topic. That's first of all. How would you like to be discussing a topic and have somebody call your show and start talking about something else? You ignorant, pompous ass.
When he says, you're too ugly to get a six-figure man. Well,
he never said that she was too ugly. Okay? First of all, wench. She rated herself a 5 without makeup and a 6 with makeup. Okay, she rated herself. He called her average at best because a lot of us are average. Okay, if I was to look like Halle Berry, I'd say I look like Halle Berry. He's rating you, he rates women based off of his own scale, where Beyonce is a 10. Okay, and you can think whatever you want, but I guarantee if you in a lineup and a man had to judge you, um, you know, you probably turn out to be average too. But you go ahead and try to get you a baller shot caller if you want to, and they not gonna pay no attention to your ass.
The man who claims he has figures and is wealthy, doing his thing. And here comes a beautiful woman saying, hey, I don't want coffee. He need to be taking me somewhere else. And he says, I don't like gold diggers and broke bitches. You see what I mean? You see the dilemma? You see how confused these beta males are? If you out here making money, oh, we don't care about your money and your education. Who cares about that? We have our own education and our own money. Okay, Beta Dusty. Can't win for losing over here if you're a woman. Because if you say, hey, I'm a broke bitch, I would like for a man with wealth to come take care of me. Bitch, you a gold digger. We don't want you. I mean, do y'all not see where I'm going with this?
Okay, I'm done with her. She listens, she talks more than she listens. She don't listen. So therefore, yeah, that's why she in the position she in. Seriously doubt she's dating a doctor. But anywho, that's the end of that because I can't take it. I'll probably do another review of one of her stupid ass videos. Because she pissing me off right now. I want to smack her. But so yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope you had a good time. Please like, comment, and share. Um, and I'll see you soon. Bye.